Welcome back to Carib Spice channel and 10 days of training during the winter break. Most of you know that I am a classroom teacher, and even though I'm on a quote-unquote break, that does not mean I'm not trying to make some serious gains over the holidays. Now, I'm going to go ahead and confess, guys, that I was working through some terrible pain in my lower back. I cannot tell you whether or not this was from my leg day last Sunday, so exactly 1 week from today, or from my most previous back session. Regardless, it was uncomfortable, but it was, a matter of mind over matter. So here I am. I'm just warming up with some 25 pounds on each side, and I was hurting, but I did it. Still taking care with my form, still breathing properly. I breathe in on my way down, and I breathe out, sorry, on the negative. So out when I go up. And I usually just do one set of 25s, but even though I did my warm-up set, I really wasn't feeling good at all with regards to my lower back. So I just sped this up. It's the same thing. So I did 2 sets out of 5 with 25 pounds on each side. And I was just, concentrating on breathing, breathing in, breathing out on the way up. I was trying my best to maintain my form, even though my lower back was just on fire. And I've been doing the hot and cold treatment. I've been doing the massages. I've been stretching. I've been doing whatever. But I guess it's just a matter of time before my back gets back to 100%. So, what I'm sharing here is not really my best, but it's really what I had in me today. And there are going to be days like this, especially when you're dealing with weights. Regardless, this was my first set of 45. I was probably grinding my teeth because I was feeling it. I was really feeling that pain in my lower back. So I just took my time throughout the reps. So I was breathing in, breathing out. I was taking care with my form. And I was just making sure my legs were at least parallel. Anything below parallel, I felt it terribly on my lower back. So regardless, I did it. And that goes to show you guys, even though, a little injury comes my way, I will still work. I always say I have to be super sick, bleeding or dying, to not make it to the gym. But I did not regret that workout. I was just messing around with the hubby, making those faces. I opted for this machine because, by the time I was done with my 5 sets of free squats, I realized I couldn't really do anything else like leg press or whatever, so I just kind of opted for that. There is the back support, and I just did my 5 sets with the 45s. I usually go much higher than that, but this is what it is, and you can see that I'm not really breaking below parallel. I am parallel, but I figured out in my second clip that if I use my hands a little bit, that would have helped. So it was just a process and trying to figure out what was best, what's working, what's not working. Touching my back there because it was hurting me. It hurt throughout the entire routine. So here, this was my last set, I believe, and you see I am using my hands not really as leverage, but just to get a little bit more depth on my way down. And I'm not sure why I didn't do that on my first set, but I am working my legs. My hands are not pushing me up. My legs are actually working and pushing me up. Breathing remained the same. And goodness, that belt was so tight. Breathing was kind of like a challenge there. And yes, I do have a little tummy gain, so that's okay. When I start cutting, I know that's gonna look pretty ripped, pretty good. So that does not really bother me. I'm sorry if it bothers you, but that's what comes with bulking. And I do work my abs and keep my abs in check. So after 5 sets, I actually went ahead and I did some leg extensions. I did not take any footage because my husband was working on something else at the time, some leg press. And I also have a lot of videos with leg extensions. So regardless, after my leg extensions, my 6 sets of leg extensions, I went on to do some leg curls. And here I'm just squeezing and breathing and just trying to take my time through each rep. I wasn't even counting. I can't even tell you how many of these I did, but I am aware that I did a total of 4 sets. And I love my, you know, the progress on my hamstrings. They are by far, digging my music, one of my favorite muscle groups for growth. I am really starting to see some improvement in my hams. So, you know, it's something to be happy about. And then I ended my day with some laying down leg curls. I did 2 sets of these. I did a moderate set, you know, weight, in terms of weight, and then a heavy set when my husband spotted me. So I like these. I can manage a lot of weight, you know, up to 110 pounds. These feel pretty good. I did not feel a thing on my back. I was just working through it. I was like, you know what, mind over matter, do or die. I'm getting these in. And it was just my burnout. It was a good day regardless. It took a lot out of me, but I did it. I felt like a beast today. After my workout session, I went home and I had some homemade lunch. Potato salad, stewed drumsticks with some black lentils, and some greens. Kind of like a Caribbean style going on here. Thank you guys. Leave me a like. Please comment, and of course share, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and show your girl some support by subscribing. Bye.